Alright, so in this video we're checking out the OLIGHT ARKFELD Ultra and the ARKFELD Pro. So these come in different colors. I think this is like a Christmas themed color here. They sent these for their Black Friday promotion, so the prices are going to be fluctuating. I'm not sure exactly what they are, so check the links down in the video description as to what they are exactly. I think obviously these are probably going to be in promotion during Black Friday. I'm going to take a look at both of these. Let's open up the ARKFELD Ultra first. And nice black box here. Normally most of the OLIGHT products come in this white box here, so it's kind of different. They have this style and then some information here in the back. And here it is in the box. Looks like it's wrapped up. Has a little notice here about it being in lockout mode. It's probably to preserve the battery. Second, you get this, looks like some kind of a coin. So yeah, not sure how useful something like this. I think they call these challenge coins. So there's basically like a heads or tails, and you can flip it in, you know, for some sort of bet or something like that. But it looks really nice actually. Got a thank you card in here, and just shows it's in lockout mode. You gotta hold that button down for 1 second, and it does say to charge the flashlight before you turn it on. Here is the magnetic charging cable. This is the same one that almost all of the OLIGHTs that have the magnetic charging adapter, this is the exact same one, so pretty sure both of these will use the same USB charger. Got a safety warnings document, and here's the user's manual. So it's just as basic operating instructions. I'm going to actually show you that here in a second. Here are the specifications. This is the cool white version, so the white balance is going to be between 5700 and 6700 K, and you can see the different light levels. It goes from moonlight, which is 1 lumen, all the way up to 1400 lumens at turbo mode, and then you have different levels of power on time for each of those. Looks like for example, at 1400 lumens there, it'll go for 4 minutes, and then it'll drop by 30%, and then it'll last 121 minutes. And then at 420 lumens, it'll last 435 minutes, and then it'll drop down to 24% for 12 minutes there. And then for medium, 100 lumens, it'll last 9 hours and 45 minutes. Low, 15 lumens at 100% for 55 hours. And then the moonlight mode, it'll last for up to 11 days. So different power on times for obviously amount of brightness. I think the battery inside there is a 1500 milliamp hour battery, so that's where you can get these power on times for that. All right, some more specs here. I think the maximum throw is 103 meters. It's IPX7 waterproof, 119 grams of weight. Yeah, there's the battery right there, 1500 milliamp hours, and here are the dimensions. We will look at the EDC here in great detail shortly. It does come with regular white light. It does come with a UV light, and this is the power levels 900 to 560 milliwatts, and max runtime there up to 310 minutes, 365 nanometer wavelength, and it does have a 5 milliwatt class 3R laser as well. So it's got 3 lights now instead of just the 2 that was on the original ARKFELD. Alright, so here it is. It's kind of a green, olive green copper color. Doesn't really come out that well on camera. It does have a new, like a hard material. It's called OAL. It's supposed to be about 1.7 times harder than 6061 aluminum. So this is obviously some sort of forged aluminum here. There's the magnetic charging base, and the whole base is magnetic as well. So if you want to mount to something that's metallic, like a cabinet or something, or some sort of a metallic surface, it should maintain that position. Not sure if this is anodized aluminum. It's supposed to be very scratch resistant with this very hard surface. So obviously if you're looking for something a little more durable, it costs a few dollars more than the Pro, and I'll show you that here in a second. We'll get all that out momentarily, but this is what it looks like, and you have your power levels here, 4 levels. And then you can switch here between the laser, the UV light, and the white light. And I guess, I think this is the white light, that's the UV light, and I think that's the laser there. The clip here goes 2 ways, so you can have it go in this way, so you can clip it on like this, like on a belt or in a pants pocket or something like that. Obviously the light will be this way, or you can clip it in this way, so like if you want to put on a hat, you can do that and use this sort of like as a headlamp. And I'll probably do that. I'll probably use it as a headlamp in a demonstration later. Let's see, you can switch the different modes like that, and then to unlock it you have to long press the button. There we go, got some lights there, you got some charge levels, and it's currently on. So let's see here, if I press it again, it turns it off, turns it on. Yeah, this is it's too bright in here, so let me turn the lights off. Alright, so I have it in the moonlight mode and it's currently off, so press the button. That's the moonlight mode. You can barely see it here. It'll probably be better when I demonstrate it in the dark. So let's go to the next mode. I'm going to long press the button. And this should be 15 lumens. And that's 100 lumens. 420 lumens. And then we're going to go back down to 15 lumens. So you get the turbo mode, which is the 1500 lumens. We have to triple press the button, so press it 3 times quickly. That's the 1500 lumens. We'll turn it off. And then back on again. It maintains that mode, as you can see there. Turn it back on. Press it again. So it turns it off. Long press it. Then we're back down to the this is the default, which is the 15 lumen mode. Now, I think if you long press and hold the button down, it'll cycle through the different modes, the default modes, which is 1500 and 420. So when it's off and you want the moonlight mode, you long press the button and then you get that moonlight mode. Okay. Let's try out the laser. This is pretty simple, basically. Turn it on and off. And it doesn't matter if you long press or short press, on or off, that's what you get. So obviously this is going to be for like playing with your pets, or I think for most people, if they want to use it as in a presentation, you know, point at something on a board, whiteboard or chalkboard, something like that. That's what mostly are going to be using the laser for. We'll switch it over to this UV mode. So the UV mode is going to be like if you want to see things that wouldn't be normally visible under normal visible light. I think typically like UV lights are going to be used for things like stains. So if you want to see like if you know, if you have blood on clothing or some sort of other bodily fluids on, I think like say for example if you're at a hotel and you want to see if there's any weird stains on the sheets of your hotel bed, this would be pretty useful for that. I think you just turn it on like that, and it's just kind of like this bluish light. It's really not much to describe here. Let's see if anything. I don't really have anything that'll show up under UV light, really. Yeah, basically there's nothing on the table here. But I think that's what you would use it for. So kind of an interesting tool to have, not necessarily something, that's something that I would use all the time, but that's what's included on here. All right, let's go ahead and get the ARKFELD Pro out of the box. I guess this one's a limited edition, and QR code there, probably for the manual. And we got your, portable EDC flashlight, little description, and you get some specs here. I believe this is going to be really similar, except the max lumens is 1300 on the Pro versus 1400 on the Ultra. So you still have the 1500 and 420 and 1300. And yeah, this one also has the UV light. Looks the same. Dimensions, weight's a little bit less. It's a little bit smaller. Same battery size. Yeah, it's got the same magnetic USB charger. So here's the one from the Ultra, and you can see that it'll just snap on the bottom, just like all the other OLIGHT flashlights. Quick look at the settings there. Also IPX7 waterproof. Very similar specs to the Ultra. Alright, so here it is out of the plastic. You have the same white light, laser and UV light. It's got the same battery meter, and you can switch it between UV, the laser, and the white light here. And it's got that this kind of Christmas theme on here. Also aluminum. I believe basically the difference between the Pro and the Ultra is that this has the much harder aluminum case. So for durability, I think that's going to be a factor, but you can see very similar otherwise in terms of the size. It's got the same clip. As you can see, it's magnetic here. They want to stick to each other. These bottoms are magnetic on both, but very, very similar. Very, very similar to each other. A little bit different shape here on the Ultra versus the Pro. It's just kind of this kind of curved top all the way across. Got that same over here, but then it kind of goes into this sort of beveled shape over here. Yeah, both feel very nice, and it's a little bit heavier, but obviously it's like just a few grams, so can't really tell. It just feels a little bit heavier, not that much different. Here's the back, the same cool white for the white balance. But yeah, this is like sort of a smooth texture here. You have this sort of grip here on the side. A little bit different grip here. It's kind of going sideways on the Ultra versus at an angle. Slight differences here, but yeah, this whole top section here where you're going to be putting your hand to like, mess with the interface and the buttons is a little bit different. Just a little bit taller there. So they're pretty similar in price. I think the price difference is only a few dollars. So if you want that extra 100 lumens, 1500 lumens, or I think it's with 1400 versus 1300, that's what you're going to notice in terms of that performance difference, but it's going to be pretty marginal. Let's go ahead and turn this one on. Got this on the white light setting. And yeah, it turns on into the moonlight mode. So long press it. Same thing. It says 1500, 420, and then triple press. Oof, that's 1300 lumens. Turn it off. Turn it on. That's 1300 lumens again, and then back down to 15 lumens. So that's all the same. And then it's currently turned on. So if you turn this slider over, it should just turn the laser on. So see, that's in the on mode. It'll go back and forth between laser and the white light, and then also the UV light, because it's in the on mode, but then you press the button again, it'll turn it off, and it'll be off for all modes. And then the Ultra works in the same way. I believe the old way was when you had it on, turn it on, and then if you double pressed it, it would go into the turbo mode, but then you would have to triple press to go into the SOS mode, which is the where it flashes. So now it's switched. So now if you double press it, it goes into that SOS mode, and then if you triple press it, it goes into the turbo mode. Yeah, so basically double press goes into the SOS mode, and we'll go back down to normal mode, and then triple press goes into the turbo mode. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go put this on a hat and go take a ride on my scooter at night, of course, at outside, and we'll see how much light this provides in terms of lighting my way, and I'll give you some footage here of what that looks like. Alright, so I got the two EDC flashlights on my hat and cameras on the hat as well. I'm going to turn on the ARKFELD Ultra first. And we can't even tell that anything is on. That's the moonlight mode. This is 15 lumens, 100 lumens, 420 lumens, and that's the turbo mode. So this one's going to be 1400 lumens. I'll turn that off. Okay, trying out the ARKFELD Pro. It's off right now. Go ahead and turn it on. So that's about 15 lumens. And now we're at 100 lumens, 420 lumens, And there we go, it's the max, 1300 lumens. So, you can see here, it's quite a bit ahead of you, and I'm going to turn on both now. So I've got both of them on at max. Now let's ride and see how this looks. Yeah, I definitely can see a lot more ahead of me than before. It was pretty dark. It's probably going to blind the cars in front of me. Here you can see this house over here. See those flowers? Very well lit up. Obviously, you can see when you're close to an object, it's going to be lit up really bright. You can see super bright here. And then as you go down further away, it's about 100 meters, I think, is the max. Yeah, so as you can see, as you point it further away, so closer, it's everything's really bright. Then further away, not so much. But you can see as I turn the light down, that wall over there is quite dark. It doesn't really show up that well on the camera, but you can see that wall way over there is quite dark, and the ground is really well lit. And I'm going to turn one of them off. This is just one of them, not two. So this is just one. This is the ARKFELD Ultra. And I'll turn them both off. And this is what it looks like with no light at all. Just that street light over there, which is pretty dim. And let's go ahead and turn the Ultra back on. So yeah, it's quite a big difference. Alright, so one more time, this is the ARKFELD Pro, 1300 lumens. And here is the ARKFELD Ultra at 1300 lumens, so pretty similar. And with both of them on, not much of an improvement, but you can tell that there's more light just spread out over a larger area. Oh, and there the street light actually turned off completely. Interesting. Let's turn on the Ultra back on again. And this is at, let's see, what setting is this at? Yeah. Okay, so I'll turn on the Ultra again, and street light is off for some reason. Probably because there's no one under there. It's probably motion sensitive. You can see how dark it is over there compared to, where the light is actually pointing. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. I'll put a link in the description for both of these if you guys want to check them out. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.